So good evening. I'm calling this meeting to order. The time is 5:31 p.m. In accordance with the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Chapter 551. This meeting is officially open with a quorum present, and the following board members are present virtually, and I will call each of their names in order of their districts. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Good evening, President Ramos. Trustee Quentin Phillips, representing District 3.
Thank you. District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Good evening, Trustee Ramos. This is Daphne Brookins representing District 4.
Thank you. District 5 Trustee C.
Present.
Thank you. District 6 Trustee Andar.
Good evening, President Ramos. This is Andar. I'm representing District 6.
Thank you. District 7.
Good evening, President Ramos. This is Norman Robbins. I'm representing District 7.
Thank you. District 8 Trustee Anailo.
Good evening, President Ramos. This is Anael Gobernos, representing District 8.
Thank you. Do we have District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz on the? I don't think she's on yet, so we'll move on. My apologies. Trying to get my script back up, everyone. Okay, we got it going again. My apologies. So on March 16, 2020, Governor Abbott temporarily suspended certain open meetings requirements imposed by the Texas Open Meetings Act to slow the spread of COVID-19. This action permits meetings subject to the Open Meetings Act to be posted by telephone or video conference. With that being said, this meeting is being broadcasted live and the online link is only for board members, the superintendent's leadership team, and those who have signed up in advance for public comment. All other individuals should watch the meeting utilizing either Spectrum Charter Channel 192 or the Forward ISD Ed TV channel on YouTube by searching for YouTube FWISD Ed TV, EDTV. In accordance with those suspended rules, we certify the following. Note of this meeting has been posted online for at least 72 hours. Although members of the board are not gathered in a central physical location, we do have a quorum in attendance at this meeting by video conference or telephone call. We are meeting by use of Zoom software application, which allows two-way communication for board members of the public. 3, as we would at any in-person meeting, members of the public who have followed the instructions on the meeting notice for registering to speak during the public comment portion will be unmuted for 3 minutes to speak. And 4, all other meeting procedures will adhere to board adopted procedures to the extent practicable. 5, an audio recording of this meeting is being made and will be available to the public at a later date. 6, we apologize in advance for any unforeseeable difficulties and ask for your patience as we navigate unprecedented times. If you have any questions about these suspended laws, please call the Office of the Attorney General at 888-672-6787 or by email at toma@oag.texas.gov. So at this point, we'll move on to agenda item number 2, where we will now move to our pledges, will be led by Clint Bond.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will remain seated for the pledges this evening. We will do the U.S. pledge first and then the Texas pledge. So if you'd please join me. I pledge allegiance to the flag
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation
under God,
indivisible,
with
with
liberty
liberty
and justice
for all.
Stands
flag.
one nation under God,
One
indivisible,
indivisible.
with liberty and justice for all. Honor
On to the Texas flag.
Flag.
Thank
I pledge
Pledge
allegiance
allegiance
To thee,
Texas,
Texas,
one
one state,
one state,
under God,
under God,
one and
one and
indivisible.
indivisible. Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we will hear public comment. Let me remind you that because of the restrictions by the Texas Open Meetings Act, board members may not engage in a verbal exchange about a subject that has not been posted. We will list. Apologies, looks like I got knocked off. Can everybody hear me okay? Okay, I'm going to start that over again on public comment. My apologies. At this time, we will hear public comment. Let me remind you that because of the restrictions by the Texas Open Meetings Act, board members may not engage in a verbal exchange about a subject that has not been posted. We will listen and take notes, but the board is prohibited from responding to any inquiries made during a board meeting on any topic not posted on the agenda. However, the board may reply with 1, a statement of specific factual information given in response to the inquiry, 2, recitation of existing policy in response to the inquiry, or 3, direct a person to visit with staff about the issue. While the board listens to concerns of a general nature, speakers should refrain from mentioning names of individual employees or public officers during their comments. Any employee, parent, or other member of the public is asked to comply with the appropriate grievance policy to have a complaint heard pursuant to the applicable board policy. No presentation may exceed 3 minutes unless the speaker has prior approval for additional time because of the use of a translator. Speakers who require the assistance of a translator are permitted double the allotted time of speakers who do not require the assistance of a translator. Furthermore, a speaker may not relinquish his or her time to another speaker. I ask that you please observe these rules for the purpose of effectively accomplishing the business of the meeting in a timely manner. Because we are utilizing an online platform, all speakers will be announced to speak in the order they signed up. Mr. Clint Bond will announce your name, and at that time, your microphone will be unmuted for 3 minutes. Before making your comment, state your name and then proceed with your comment. At the end of the 3 minutes, your microphone will be muted. Mr. Bond, if you would please call on the first speaker.
Thank you, Mr. Ramos. Deidre Mosley, are you there? Deidre Mosley, are you ready to speak? I'm not hearing anything, Mr. Ramos. I can call her again at the end if you'd like. I'll move on to the next. I'll move on to the next speaker.
That'd be great.
Mr. Stephen Poole, are you there, sir? I'm not hearing Mr. Poole. The we'll come back and try those again in just a moment, but let me read the statement that Charlicia Evans would like addressed to the board, and this is a quote. Hello, first I would like to say thank you to the school board and officials for keeping us safe and making sure we are being paid during this crisis. There are two questions. Has the Fort Worth ISD came to a decision on the length of time the district will be closed? And the second question from Ms. Evans is, does the Fort Worth ISD have a tuition reimbursement program in place for employees to attend college if they are interested in doing so? That completes Ms. Evans' statement, and I'll call again Deidre Mosley. Are you there? Not hearing anything from Ms. Mosley. And Mr. Stephen Poole, are you there, sir?
Clint, go ahead, Karen.
Mr. Poole is on. If you could just give us a second, we'll get him on. He is on, and Ms. Mosley did not call in.
Okay.
I have Mr. Poole with me on the phone. I'm going to hold him up.
Mr. Ramos, can you hear me? Perfect. I was yelling at the monitor as if I was yelling at y'all, but that wouldn't have been the first time, would it? I want to thank for the opportunity to speak tonight. Just wanted to share my thanks to you all and your leadership, especially in passing the resolution at the last meeting to pay all employees, including our part-time employees and our hour employees, a premium rate. That was a big concern of a lot of the employees. So you took that right off their mind so they could take care of our students during this trying time. And thank you for the resolution tonight to authorize the superintendent to continue that payment for employees. There's a lot of big work ahead, and a lot of work has already been done, but more to do, and we're all in this together, and that just shows your commitment to the employees. And I just wanted to call in and say thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Poole.
Clint, can you please call Ms. Mosley again?
Deidre Mosley, are you available?
I'm here, but can you see me?
We can hear you, and that's the important part. Are you ready to start talking?
Yes, sir.
All right, the floor is yours, ma'am.
Okay. Good evening, Dr. Scribner, board members, and stakeholders. As you know, my name is Deidre Mosley, and I'm a part-time communication liaison with Fort Worth ISD for about approximately 3 years. I not only come today on my behalf, but the other 60+ employees in my position. I come today regarding COVID-19 school closure that has been extended to May 4th by Governor Greg Abbott. More specifically, I'm coming regarding the statement issued by Dr. Scribner stating all employees, teachers, substitutes, and support staff will be paid. However, on March 23rd, 2020, Jennifer Perez emailed a statement that a decision was made based on Greg Abbott's decision that the district would not pay part-time employees. On March 30th, I spoke with Max Haynes, and he stated we will not be paid because we could not be monitored. Wow. I feel devalued as an employee based on these statements, which are complex, and we have yet to receive any formal or legal documentation to collaborate this information, which makes it impossible for us to seek any financial assistance or unemployment from agencies. We're paid $10 an hour for approximately 20 hours a week through Title I funding. No compensation is crucial hardship on our families. Our position is just as vital to the students' success academically, family support, and community involvement. Please consider the following. We are unable to pay insurance premiums out of pocket with that income, unable to provide essential needs to our family, unable to receive health care or purchase medication for our family, and ultimately we could lose our homes and cars. We're unable to seek unemployment due to social distancing and impossible to reach them through the internet or phone calls. We constantly hear the statement, we are all in this together, but are we really? Fort Worth ISD board should take the mentality of the military, no meat left behind. We are responsible and able to work unmonitored from our homes and provide families with resources via our social outlets and our other assignments. Please reconsider your decision and put yourself in our shoes and make the intellectual and ethical decision that benefits all employees regardless of hiring status of part-time or full-time. I appreciate everything you guys are doing for the students and teachers, but I would like for you to think further and consider what are our part-time or our lower paid staff being paid. How will they survive during this pandemic? Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Mosley. Mr. Ramos, that's all the speakers that we have for this evening.
Okay, thank you to all the speakers for sharing your thoughts this evening. We will move on to item number 4, which is you typically are recessed, but there will be no need for a recess, so we will continue with our meeting. As board president, I'm making the following statement in accordance with board policy BBFA local. This is a reminder to all board members of the legal conflict of interest requirements and disclosure requirements you may have for matters under consideration on the agenda for this meeting. If required by law, board members shall recuse themselves from all discussion and shall abstain from voting on any matter pertaining to such a disclosure. Are there any questions concerning agenda items? And I will call on each trustee for an opportunity to speak. So we'll begin with the District 2 trustee, Toby Jackson.
Thank you, President Ramos. At this time, I have no discussion items. Thank you.
Thank you. So District 3 trustee, Quentin Phillips.
No questions at this time, President Ramos.
Thank you. District 4 trustee, Daphne Brookins.
Yes, President Ramos, I do have a question on consent agenda item A, number 2. I know that we had approved some computer upgrades for IM Terrell at a previous meeting. I just wanted to make sure we weren't duplicating the services or to make sure I know the difference.
Yes, hello, this is Art Cavazos. Can you hear me?
Yes.
So, this purchase of computers is for next year's incoming class to IM Terrell. So no, it would not be a duplication.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have trustee, District 5 trustee, CJ Evans. Do you have any questions or comments for the consent agenda?
I have no questions or comments for the consent agenda.
Thank you, Trustee Evans. Next, we have District 6, Trustee Andar.
I have no questions or comments at this time. Thank you.
Thank you. District 7, Trustee Norman Robbins.
I have no questions at this time on the consent agenda, President Ramos.
Thank you, sir. District 8, Trustee Ana Luevanos.
I have no questions at this time.
Thank you. District 9, Trustee Ashley Paz. I think that was, you were muted, Ashley.
I have no questions at this time.
Okay. Thank you. So I don't see any other questions from the board. So we will move on and convene an executive session. So the time is 5:52 p.m. The date is Tuesday, March 31st, 2020. We will now recess for executive session virtually for executive session is authorized by Chapter 551 of the Texas Government Code under Sections 551.071, .072, .074, and .076. My colleagues, I'll see you on the other link.
So do we leave the meeting?
Yes, we're going to leave the meeting and
Okay.
we'll go to that
Go to the
link that
next
was on our invite, in your calendar invite.
Okay.
Has everyone been able to come on over?
Cinto, can you hear me?
I can, yes.
Thank you.
So we have Norm, Q, and myself, Ashley, Toby, two, three, four, five, six. Seven. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Staff, we're ready to go. Okay.
I don't see Dr. Scribner on here.
Dr. Scribner on. You're right, I don't see him either.
I see his name as an attendee.
Yeah, he just called me, so he's gonna log out and try to log back in.
All right, I'm in. Thank you.
Okay. Make sure I didn't lose anyone. Let me make sure I look at all the trustees. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Everyone, is CJ on here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay. All right, everyone. So in accordance with the open meetings law, the board opened the meeting at 5:31 p.m. in the private video conference with a quorum present, recessed and reconvened open session virtually, adjourned regular session, convened executive session, adjourned executive session is now reconvened open session at 7:07 p.m. in the public virtual video conference with a quorum present. The trustees who are present virtually are District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson. She waved, but just to make sure we get on record, can I ask all of you to say present?
Toby Jackson waived and now present and accounted for.
Awesome. Thank you, Trustee Jackson. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Present.
Thank you. District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Present.
Thank you. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Present.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
Present.
Thank you. District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins.
Present.
Thank you. District 8 Trustee Anael Luebanos.
Present.
Thank you. District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Present.
Thank you. And I am District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I am present. We will move on to accepting consent agenda. No items were asked to be removed by the board. So looking for a motion to accept consent agenda items. So I have a Trustee Dar, would you like to state your name and that you're making the motion?
Andar, trustee, District 6. I move that we accept the consent agenda.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
Second.
Thank you. We have a second by Trustee CJ Evans. Do I have any discussion? I'm going to go down the line, each trustee. If you have any questions or comments to make, this will be your time to do so. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
No questions or comments. Thank you.
Thank you. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion, President Ramos.
Thank you. District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
No questions or comments at this time.
Thank you. District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
No questions or comments.
Thank you. District 6 Trustee Ann.
No questions or comments.
Thank you. District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins.
No comments at this time, President Ramos.
Thank you. District 8 Trustee Anael Luebanos.
No comments at this time.
Thank you. District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
No comments.
Thank you. And I am your District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I have no questions or comments. So we will move to voting. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes or no on the motion. So District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins.
Yes.
District 8 trustee Anaya Luevanos,
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz,
Yes.
and I am District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I vote yes. So moving on to action items on number 11. 11A, no items were removed on consent agenda. Let me move on to 11B. There's no personnel appointments this evening, so we will move on to action agenda items. We have action agenda item 12A, which is discussion and action to approve second reading revisions to board policies BBB, BBE, BDD, BE, BED, BJCD, EFD, and ELA local. Looking for a motion for 12A. Please state your name when you make the motion.
Ashley Paz, so move.
Motion by trustee Ashley Paz. Do I have a second?
Norman Robbins,
Phillips,
second.
second.
I think that was trustee Robbins that came out the gate first. So we have a second by trustee Norman Robbins. Do we have any discussion? Again, I'll go down the line. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
No discussion.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 trustee Andar.
No discussion.
District 7 trustee Norman Robbins.
No discussion.
District 8 trustee Anaya Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I'm District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I have no discussion to bring to the room. So we will move to vote. As I call your name, trustees, please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 7 trustee Norman Robbins.
Yes.
District 8 trustee Anaya Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I am District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr., and I vote yes. We will move on to 12B, which is discussion and action to approve ratification of electric delivery company easement and right-of-way agreement for Arlington Heights High School Athletic Addition Job Number 002-001 in conjunction with the 2017 Capital Improvement Program. Do I have a motion? I have a motion. Trustee Luevanos, will you state your name and say that you're making a motion?
I make a motion on this
Toby
item.
Jackson.
Thank you. So we have a motion by trustee Anaya Luevanos. I have a
Toby
second by
Jackson.
trustee Toby Jackson. Thank you. Any discussion? Gonna ask again in order. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson, do you have any discussion?
No, sir.
Thank you. District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 trustee Andar.
No discussion.
District 7 trustee Norman Robbins.
No discussion.
District 8 trustee Anaya Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I am District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. I have no discussion on 12B either. We will move to voting. I will call your names. Please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
Thank you. District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 7 trustee Norman Robbins.
Yes.
District 8 trustee Anaya Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I am District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. And my apologies, I did mention on the others, just like I should have on this one. Motion passes unanimously. 12C is discussion and action to approve resolution of the Board of Trustees of the Fort Worth Independent School District regarding delegation of authority during the COVID-19 emergency. At this time, I'm going to ask Clint Bond to read the resolution, which is also available in the posted agenda item.
The Fort Worth Independent School District regarding delegation of authority during the COVID-19 emergency. Whereas the Fort Worth Independent School District Board of Trustees recognizes that officials in Tarrant County have declared an emergency regarding the potential spread of coronavirus, COVID-19, and that the territory included in Fort Worth Independent School District is within the areas where an emergency has been declared. Whereas on March 13th, 2020, the governor of the state of Texas declared a statewide emergency, and later that same day, the President of the United States declared a national emergency regarding COVID-19. Whereas the board recognizes that COVID-19 is an unforeseen and unavoidable emergency of urgent public necessity, that the World Health Organization has declared COVID-19 a pandemic, and that additional emergency declarations may follow in the coming days and weeks. Whereas the board has a substantial public interest in protecting the health and safety of its students, staff, and community, and therefore desires to ensure that the school district and community are prepared to the fullest extent possible to protect the health and safety of students, staff, and community in light of COVID-19. Whereas the board seeks to retain its employees, reduce turnover, increase morale, help employees focus on work-related matters while at work, and facilitate the return to duty of employees if schools are closed, and believes that an additional public purpose exists in doing so. Whereas Fort Worth ISD is committed to continuing to provide educational services to its students and plans to leverage existing resources to do so. Whereas the board is authorized by Texas Education Code sections 45.105 and 44.031 H to expend funds for Fort Worth ISD for purposes necessary in the conduct of the public schools as determined by the board. Whereas Fort Worth ISD has ordered the emergency closures of all district facilities for March 24th, 2020 through April 6th, 2020. Whereas Fort Worth ISD recognizes that additional emergency closures may be necessary and may occur after April 6, 2020. Whereas the board acknowledges that during an emergency closure, many district employees are instructed not to report to work, and other employees may be called upon to provide emergency-related services. Whereas board finds that a need exists to address wage payments for employees who are idled and those required to work during emergency closures, and effectively and efficiently making certain delegations as described more fully herein to the superintendent to address this ever-changing emergency situation in the best interest of the health, safety, and well-being of its students, staff, community, and the citizenship at large. It is therefore resolved that the board finds a substantial public purpose exists in protecting the health and safety of its students, staff, and community, and therefore in ensuring that the school district and community are prepared to the fullest extent possible to protect the health and safety of students, staff, and community in light of COVID-19. In furtherance of the public purposes so stated in this resolution, the board makes the following delegations to the superintendent and designees in order to efficiently and effectively prepare the school district in response to the declarations of emergency announced by Tarrant County and the state of Texas, as well as in preparation for the potential declarations of emergencies by other local, state, and/or national and international officials. Number one, the authority to act in the place of the board under board policy DEA local, and thus make all decisions regarding payment of employees during an emergency closure, to implement the provisions of board policy DEA local, and to make determinations regarding the purpose and parameters of any such payments. Number two, the authority to make decisions regarding the compensation of non-exempt employees during an emergency closure, including premium payments to certain employees, and to implement those decisions. Number three, the authority to alter the Fort Worth ISD 2019-2020 school calendar by changing and/or adding school instructional hours and work school days as necessitated by any emergency closure or related concerns. Number 4, the authority to create guidelines and make determinations regarding absences, leave time, leave days, and compensation of any employee who is quarantined as a result of COVID-19 and/or who tests positive for COVID-19 and who presents appropriate medical documentation regarding themselves and/or an immediate family member in the sole discretion of the superintendent or designees in compliance with Texas and federal law. Number 5, the authority to seek any necessary waivers from Texas Education Agency without further action of the Board of Trustees regarding missed instructional days, low attendance, or any matters related to the emergency closures as part of this resolution. Number 6, the authority to declare a catastrophe and take all actions as appropriate in accordance with Texas Government Code Section 552.233 regarding temporary suspension of the Texas Public Information Act. Number 7, the authority to procure, negotiate, and execute contracts for goods and services that are necessary to mitigate, prevent, restore, and repair damage caused to Fort Worth ISD Independent School District students and staff, given that the emergency of COVID-19 and its potential spread constitutes an unforeseen emergency matter of urgent public necessity, and the delays posed by the competitive procurement of contracts necessary to restore, replace, and/or repair equipment, personal property, and/or school facilities will prevent or substantially impair the conduct of classes or other essential school activities. This shall be done in accordance with the amount delegated in the resolution adopted by the Board of Trustees on March 17, 2020, regarding the delegation of spending authority. Number 8, the authority to temporarily amend Fort Worth ISD Board Policy EIC Local regarding the computation of class ranking for seniors scheduled to graduate in May of 2020. Number 9, the authority to temporarily amend Fort Worth ISD Board Policy EIF Local regarding graduation requirements for seniors scheduled to graduate in May of 2020. Number 10, the authority to temporarily amend Fort Worth ISD Board Policy EIA Local regarding grading for students at all grade levels. Number 11, the authority to temporarily amend Fort Worth ISD Board Policy EIE Local regarding retention and promotion for students at all grade levels. Number 12, due to disruption in instructional activities arising from school closures due to COVID-19 virus, which have occurred during and after the 5th, 6th week grading period of the 2019-2020 school year, it shall be difficult, if not impossible, to uniformly compute student grades for balance for the 2019-2020 academic year. Number 13, in order to balance for the 2019-2020 school year, the need to ensure the maximum student participation in the district's ongoing adjustments to its instructional delivery systems, while at the same time recognizing that significant differences in student assessed to technology delivery systems for the delivery of instructional content, the board delegates to the superintendent the authority to alter the district's academic grading policy to a pass-fail grading system for the recordation of grades on student permanent records for the spring 2020 semester only. Number 14, the superintendent is hereby delegated the authority to adopt appropriate regulations governing this temporary pass-fail grading system as necessary and appropriate to implement this temporary grading policy while simultaneously ensuring that grading reflects a student's relative mastery of an assignment and that a sufficient number of grades are taken to support the grade average assigned. Number 15, the superintendent is also delegated the authority to adopt appropriate regulations governing this temporary pass-fail grading systems as necessary, create a district-wide system that will permit a student as many as possible reasonable opportunities to redo an assignment or retake a test for which the student received a failing grade. And/or to create regulations regarding the computation of class ranking and honors for seniors scheduled to graduate in May of 2020, promotion or retention of other students, and to adopt a temporary pass-fail system for the recordation of grades on student records in the spring 2020 semester only. Number 17, the authority to provide educational services to its students via non-traditional methods such as an e-learning platform. And 18, in the event other waivers or immediate action is needed, the superintendent is authorized to take other action and to submit, apply for other waivers in accordance with guidance and instructions from the national and state authorities and/or agencies. Number 19, the duration of the authority granted by this resolution shall be for a period of 180 days following adoption. Resolve this the 31st day of March 2020 by Mr. Jacinto Ramos, President, Board of Trustees. Attestation, Mr. Quentin Phillips, Secretary, Board of Trustees.
Thank you. So now entertain a motion for the resolution as it was read tonight.
Ashley Paz, so moved.
Motion by trustee Ashley Paz. Do I have a second?
I'll second it, Daphne.
Okay, we have a second by trustee Daphne Brookins. Again, we'll move on to discussion. I'll call on each trustee individually. District 2 trustee Toby Jackson, any discussion?
No discussion, thank you.
Okay, District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 trustee Andar.
I would like to just say this is a significant resolution. It's an important resolution and it needs to take place, but I want to make sure that as representatives of our communities and of our districts that we are kept informed so that we can continue to keep our constituents informed, but then also so that if our constituents have a concern, they can rely on us to make sure that we are getting that information to you in a timely manner. There are some resolutions here and parts of this resolution that are very important and that have a great impact on our students' lives. And again, I am in complete support of it. I just want to make sure that that chain of command is open and that communication is open as representatives of our community. I would also like to make sure that on number, let me see if I can find it. I'm sorry, I'm on my iPad. On number 12, that the date is changed not from 2010 to 20, but 2019 to 20, because that is significant before this is signed and passed.
Thank you for that. District 7 trustee Norman Robbins.
No discussion.
District 8 trustee Anaya Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
I would actually like to just thank our staff. This is as Ann mentioned, this is a very profound resolution that we're signing. And I think that our staff has done an amazing job with navigating this situation so far. And on top of not only this current virus situation, but doing it on top of our security breach. I just am so proud of all of the work that you all have done. And I'm glad that we are doing this because it's going to give you the tools that you need to get our kids taken care of. So thank you. And yes, full support.
Thank you. And I am District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I have no discussion. We will move to vote. So I'll call your name, trustees, and please say yes, no, or abstain. So District 2 trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 trustee CJ Evans.
Yes.
District 6 trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 7 trustee Norman Robbins. Norm get frozen on us? Maybe we'll catch him before we're done voting. District 8 trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I am District 1 trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I vote yes. Looks like the motion passes 8 with Norm. Norm, we're still on that same vote. Yes, no, or abstain.
Yes.
Thank you, Norm. So we voted unanimously to pass that resolution. Thank you, staff, for the work. We have, the next one is D, which is a discussion that, well, I won't read the motion because I think Trustee Paz has the verbiage on. Would you like to make a motion on this, Trustee Paz?
Yes, I move to authorize the district's legal counsel to take action in the current Palazzolo lawsuit in keeping with the discussion with legal counsel and executive session.
Thank you. So we have a motion by Trustee Jackson. Do we have a second?
Motion was by Trustee Paz, but I'll take the second.
Yeah, my apologies. Thank you for that. Motion was by Trustee Ashley Paz, a second by Trustee Toby Jackson. Do we have any discussion? We'll begin with you.
No discussion.
Okay, I think that's my internet. So District Trustee Quentin Phillips.
No discussion.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
No discussion.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
No discussion.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
No discussion.
District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins.
No discussion.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
No discussion.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
No discussion.
And I am District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I have no discussion. We'll please move to vote. Trustees, I'll call your name. Please say yes, no, or abstain. District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes.
District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes.
District 4 Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes.
District 5 Trustee CJ Evans.
Abstain.
District 6 Trustee Andar.
Yes.
District 7 Trustee Norman Robbins.
Yes.
District 8 Trustee Ana Luevanos.
Yes.
District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes.
And I'm District 1 Trustee Jacinto Ramos Jr. and I vote yes. So the motion passes 8-4 and one person abstaining. We've come towards the end of our board meeting. So comments or by board members or superintendent on current district activities or announcements. I'm going to go down the line, see if anyone has any comments. So District 2 Trustee Toby Jackson.
Yes, sir, President Ramos, I have two. First, I'd like to thank Superintendent Kent Scribner and his team for the crisis management, keeping all employees and our students safe. As we know, Fort Worth ISD comprises 12.5% of this city's population. The leadership they've demonstrated, which has been 24/7, is unprecedented, highly appreciated, and I believe the city's taken notice. Second, I want to add a note of sympathy and condolences to the Waco ISD. Principal Philip Perry succumbed to COVID-19 today, and he was the principal of G.W. Carver Middle School. Thank you, President Ramos.
Thank you, Trustee Jackson. District 3 Trustee Quentin Phillips.
Yes, thank you, President Ramos. My condolences as well to the family of Philip Perry, as well as to all of the employees in that district who I know have to be grieving at this time. As well, a big thank you to all of to our superintendent, Dr. Kent Scribner, to all of the staff, admin. I know I can only imagine how difficult this has been on you all as far as trying to take care of your families as well as do your jobs to the best of your abilities, going above and beyond. And I'm just super pleased, super proud, and very thankful. to each one of you for all that you're doing during this time period. And just for our students and our parents and families out there, know that we have your back. And please reach out. No one suffer in silence. Let us know about needs and ways that we can be able to be helpful to you during this time period. And we all try to stick together and make sure that education continues.
Thank you, Trustee Phillips. District 4, Trustee Daphne Brookins.
Yes, I agree with Trustee Phillips. Please, parents, if you are having any trouble out there with either getting your children fed or needing work or assistance with the technology, please reach out to us to let us know. Don't wait till the last minute, and no question is a stupid question. Please contact us.
Thank you, Trustee Brookins. Next, we have District 5, Trustee CJ Evans.
No comments. Thank you.
What about District 6, Trustee Andar?
I'd like to echo the compliments that have been given to the leadership staff, but I'd also like to give a big shout out to the Curriculum and Instruction Department. I've been an educator for 30 years and never have I had to suddenly and very quickly go online. And this is something, yes, there are schools that offer online programming and they spend months, if not years, preparing for curriculum to be rolled out in an online manner. And yet we are having to do so abruptly. I don't know if the public recognizes sufficiently how hard that is to do. This is not something that's covered in any college preparatory or alternative placement or alternative program in preparing to become a teacher. This is something that we're having to learn quickly and by the seat of our pants. And I know that you've worked very hard, and I want you to know that that is recognized and appreciated, and our students and our community are better for it. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we have District 7, Trustee Norman Robbins.
Thank you, President Ramos. I too would like to express my appreciation, my extreme appreciation to our staff and to the instructional staff, particularly online learning. I'm a big proponent of online learning, but this is one whale of a way to get involved in that. And I would have hoped we would be able to go into it with greater care, but under the situation, I think we're doing very, very well. I would like to echo the statements made earlier to please be patient with this process, because it's not going to roll out absolutely smoothly, but when the stakeholders discover that there are issues, please let us know as soon as possible, and we will try to make sure that those issues are addressed in a very positive manner. So our thanks to the staff from top to bottom. You are all performing yeoman service. I would also like to recognize the young women at the Young Women's Leadership Academy who represented us very ably at the Downtown Rotary Club of Fort Worth four-way test speech contest recently. 4 of the young women presented showing a lot of grace and professionalism. They made us very, very proud. I would like to thank the president and the staff at the YWLA for preparing these students so well, and they were typical of all the students there. So we should be very proud of them, and they made us very proud, and wanted to thank them for that. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Robbins. District 8, Trustee Ana Luevanos.
Thank you, President Ramos. I would like to echo the previous comments, and I would like to thank a big thank you to our staff who is providing meals on a daily basis to our students across the district. I know this is not an easy situation. I was out the first week volunteering with the food trucks. It was not an easy situation, but a lot of people were able to get food and a meal. The second week was a lot better by making the meals on the cafeteria. So I would like to thank all the staff and all the workers who are providing these meals for our students, and all the volunteers that have been there, as well the police officers who have provided security so our line can go smooth and being able to provide in a quickly manner as many meals as possible. So thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Luevanos. District 9 Trustee Ashley Paz.
Yes, I've already given my shout out and gratitude to our leadership team and admin staff. But I want to take a second to put on my mama hat and just express my undying gratitude towards my daughter's teachers. And I have never had more appreciation for the work that they do. Oh, I'm going to start crying. I wasn't going to do this on Zoom. The appreciation that I have for the work that they do, and they have been calling and checking on them and making sure that they have everything that they need. And these are the front line for our kids. And I think of, the reports that we are hearing from our friends at One Safe Place and Safe Haven, and that, domestic violence is on the rise, and that we have very real issues that some of our families are facing. And our teachers are the front lines for addressing some of those issues. And I know that hearing from some of them right now and the concerns that they have for their kids, and it's been really, really moving to see how everyone has just stepped up to the plate. And even though this is something that I don't think any of us would have ever imagined that we would be going through, the work that our teachers are doing with our kids has just been incredible. And I know it's not easy, and I know it's not easy for parents. And look at, do you see the bags under my eyes? This is what I think every parent in Fort Worth looks like right now. So I just want to really say thank you for our teachers and everything that you do. And I cannot wait for my kids to get back in your classroom and out of my living room. And that's it. So thank you.
Thank you, Trustee Paz. Next, Superintendent Dr. Kent Scribner.
Thank you, President Ramos, and thank you to this board. It's apparent not only that you have a heart for our students, but your patience and flexibility and professionalism during this time as we navigate really uncharted waters. We truly appreciate it. Stability and governance, stability and leadership will allow us to get through this effectively. I want to thank our leadership team, the school administrators, faculty and staff, our teachers, as you all have stated, have reached out, and we're supporting them so they can serve our students. And also, this is a tough time for our students and their families. So let's continue to show compassion and support and heart for our students and their parents, and the entire Fort Worth school community. So appreciate all of you and the ability that this community and this district has to pull together and pull through this. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Scribner. I hope you all enjoyed all the wonderful sounds of Northside barking, chickens in the background. So can't thank you all enough for all the effort, staff, board. Proud to be part of this team, not excited about the things that we're going through. Just glad that we have so many champions for young people. I want to shout out to my colleagues that have been out there. Anaed, feeding the young people, feeding the families, and I know Daphne and others have been out there as well. So y'all stay safe when you do that, and know that we appreciate you and everything you're doing. So with that, my friends, our meeting has adjourned. We are done, and the time is 7:44 p.m. Everyone be safe.